No, I don't think he is. I mean, you say, is Boris too much of a loose cannon to be Foreign Secretary when Donald Trump has just been elected President of the United States? I mean, come on. I don't think that Boris was hard enough on the Saudis, and instead of just saying it's a family war between two sides, Shia and Sunni, I wish he'd said, why are we giving money to this hideous nation that is ISIS with an embassy that treats women as slaves and chops off their heads in car parks and calls them terrorists if they drive? We shouldn't have any kind of a relationship with Saudi Arabia, far less have the Foreign Office mandarins sucking up to them as their ally. And I like about Boris is he speaks his mind, and he is an intelligent man. He may joke, but he is clever. And he will stand up to Putin, as it's been a bit too much of a love fest tonight. I'll say to Nigel Farage, I think you're sucking up to this genocidal tyrant is absolutely disgusting. This is the man that killed 20-year-old Richard Mays and 10 other Britons, that shot down MH17. And the level of sucking up to this disgusting dictator is something that I hope Boris Johnson will put a stop to. And if he can stand up to the civil servants at the Foreign Office, he'll be doing us all a big favour.
Nigel Farage.
Well, I'm feeling as confused right now as Boris is most days. I find myself in total agreement with Will Self and Louise Mensch about Saudi Arabia. Just back in October, you know, Boris was saying what wonderful trade we had with Saudi Arabia, and the other point that wasn't made is that, you know, during all the terrible things that have been happening in the Middle East, the refugee crisis, the displaced people's crisis, do you know how many people Saudi Arabia have taken? Not one. Not one. And yet, they're about to fund 200 new mosques in Germany. You may say that's fine, but when you realise it's the Saudis that have pushed Wahhabism, it's the Saudis that have pushed the burqa, it's the Saudis that have pushed the extreme form of Islam that is causing the problem. So I agree with you on that.
And you might just answer about Putin.
Oh, look, the point is this. I said already in this programme to the lady up there, I would not want to live in Putin's Russia. I completely understand that, you know, journalists like you who tweet a lot, I mean, you wouldn't last long over there, you know, I get all that. But what I am saying is, I do think our foreign policy of provoking him has been mistaken. I've no idea.
Provoking him.
But
he's bombing hospitals in Aleppo. He's killing children right now, and you're sucking up to him.
No, obviously not doing that. But I am saying we made a major strategic error with the Ukraine. We helped to topple a democratically elected leader by trying to draw the Ukraine into our orbit, and I think we should stop provoking Putin, start talking to him. But I don't want him as a friend, but neither do I want to go to war with him. But the question, is Boris Johnson too much of a loose cannon to be... Well, as an individual, clearly he is. But what I'd like to know is, what does he stand for? What does he stand for? We haven't really heard, other than encouraging people to protest outside the embassy, the Russian embassy.
Brexit, maybe? Did he stand for Brexit?
I saw him getting off the Eurostar this week, and he looked a bit bewildered, I've got to tell you.
Did he stand for Brexit during the campaign, or are you saying he didn't really stand for Brexit?
Well, he did stand for Brexit in the campaign, and now we hear he's briefing embassies that he supports free movement.
Democracy.
We need some clarity.
We'll deal with some dictators, but not with others, because I don't like Saudi Arabia, but I like Putin.
I want to go to the... All right, Nigel, hold it, ma'am, if you would. I want to go to the man up there in the pink shirt. You, sir, yes.
Nigel's been after a job as an ambassador for some time. Perhaps he should be the ambassador to the House of Saud.
Wow, there you are. Thank you.
And you on the far there, yes.
Earlier, Nigel Farage said that the Saudi Arabians were funding mosques in Germany, and then straight away talked about Islamophobia. Isn't blasé comments like that the reason why people are feeling ostracised from society and moving towards extremist groups?
No. I have never, ever wanted, and there are some politicians in Europe that do, I do not want us to go to war with Islam, far from it. I want us to get on in this country. The damage that has been done by the Saudis pushing a very extreme form of Islam has done more harm than anything else, I promise you.